So you lost your will to live. Rest assured, you're not alone. It be like that for a lot of us. I wonder what it would look like if we were more honest with everyone in our lives. Because more often than not, you would be surprised and shocked to know that the majority of us have this thought at least once, if not multiple times, throughout our lifetime. It is a part of the human experience. So, thing number one, you need to know that although it feels like you are in the pit of despair and that no one around you has ever experienced or felt this way before, that is pure and utter bullshit. You have no clue how connected our suffering really is. You got no idea who you're standing next to at a coffee shop. I'm talking about down to being a millennial living back at their parents' house. Okay? So here's the thing. I spent a summer telling myself that I was going to make a series called Finding the Will to Live When You Have No Will to Live because, hey, I'm a therapist. I specialize in trauma. I got the education. Hours upon hours of giving therapy. I specialize in trauma. You understand? And I found myself this summer with absolutely no will to live. Not a shocker. And it wasn't just work burnout, it was life stuff. Because life be happening for each and every one of us. And again, I have the background. I have hundreds, thousands of hours of personal therapy. And yet I found myself in this space. And there was this one morning that I went to a local coffee shop because I told myself, I'm like, okay, you don't have the will to live. This doesn't really feel like you. What does feel like you? And so I went to a coffee shop, told myself, I was like, all right, you got to start finding things that used to feel like you. And I know that I like my morning rituals, my routines, but even with my routine, like my routines weren't even enough. So I'm like, okay, maybe I need to step outside of the routine. I'll still do my morning pages, still do my meditation, still do my prayers. But like maybe I'll go out for coffee. Maybe I need the social interaction, whatever. And it was this one morning, after 2 weeks of going to the same coffee shop and getting the same thing every morning, where the barista was like, what is it about our Americanos? You come here every morning. And I'm like, oh my God, the shame, the guilt. And I was like, well, it just gives me the will to live. I don't even think I was wearing my sunglasses then. I'm more audacious with my sunglasses on, but I just said it. And then I backpedaled and I'm like, well, you see, I'm a therapist. I sit in darkness all day long, as if it's a badge of honor or something. No, but I did feel like I had to explain it to him because he was just like, oh shit, I should have answered that question. And I'm like, nah, you see, I'm working on this series. I'm thinking about doing this thing called Finding the Will to Live. And this is like one of the small things that gives me a will. And he was like, oh, okay. Afterwards, like a few visits later, I talked to him about it again. I was like, bro, I didn't mean to like freak you out. But yeah. But no, the reason why I shared that is when I took a step back and realized that this wasn't normal for me. Like, I know myself enough to know when I'm slipping in this space that doesn't necessarily feel like normal for me, right? So then I was like, all right, here's what you got to do next. Because I therapize myself, as you can see. I'm like, all right, if you don't have it, then you gotta find it. How do you find something? You go looking for it. So then I'm like, all right, let me just get a fucking magnifying glass and look for this will to live. So baby steps, right? Started out with the coffee. I'm like, let me just get my coffee, even if it's a black Americano straight in the morning, right? Let me start there. And once I have that Americano, I'm wearing workout clothes to go to the coffee shop. You're gonna go for a walk. I never skip my walks, runs, whatever, but this made the walk a bit more tolerable. Then once I'm walking and I have Americano coursing through my veins, I'm like, all right, what am I gonna listen to up the dopamine? I need more than just the sun. Am I listening to a podcast? Do I need motivation right now? Do I need music? Like, what is it that so I'd ask myself every morning, what is it that we need right now? And slowly but surely, and I'm not saying that like, oh my God, suddenly I have developed the will to live. Here's the formula. No, it's not that like, it's not that like black and white. But if you cling on to one thing in that moment that gives you a will to move forward, then there's going to be another thing and another thing and another thing. Start out with the coffee. Then there's a walk. Ooh, movement. Movement, yay, wonderful. We know the science behind movement and how it could beat depression, all the things, right? You got the sun, got dopamine, serotonin, you have music, you got some motivation in your ears, you're passing people, there's energy around you, there's dogs running, whatever the hell. Oh, there's also Park Bays. I have a Park Bay, but he disappeared. I don't know where the hell he went. Anyways, so there's more than one thing that's happening, right? And then you have throughout the day, you're just collecting things, finding things that'll give you the motivation and the will in that moment. In that moment, it's my Americano. In the next moment, it's the yellow butterfly. In the next moment, it's the beat that I'm listening to. In the next moment, it's the amazing session I had with a client that allowed me to get out of myself and allowed me to be present for someone else. And so you've lost your will to live. You're not alone. It be like that for the majority of us. And if you want to get out of this, you have to actually look for and find the things throughout your day that'll give you some will to live in the beginning. And slowly but surely, you collect those things and you make them a part of your routine. Sometimes you may want to shake it up, and that's okay. But you want to be consistent. In order to find a will to live, you gotta look for it. Period. That's it. I hope this helps. Ta-ta.